Hello and welcome to today's class. We're going to be focusing on the hips, specifically if you have really tight hip flexors, or if you sit a lot, or you've spent a whole day traveling and sitting. This is going to be really great for opening up those hips, releasing those tight muscles, and just getting that mobility back. So let's get started. We're going to come to the top of our mat, and we're going to start with some sun salutations. Inhale those arms up. Exhale, fold it all the way down. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, we're going to plant those hands, step that right foot all the way back, drop that back knee and tuck those toes. Inhale, sweep those arms up, and we're going to hold here for just a couple of breaths. And on your next exhale, we're going to bring those hands down, framing that foot, step that left foot back. We're going to take our chaturanga. Exhale as we come down. Inhale, up dog or baby cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, sweep that right foot up. Exhale, plant it between those hands. Drop that back knee. Inhale as we sweep those arms up. Holding here for a couple breaths. And on your exhale, we're going to bring those hands down. Step that left foot back to the front. Exhale as we fold it forward. Inhale, sweep those arms up. Exhale, down to heart center. Again, inhale those arms up. Exhale, fold it all the way down. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant those hands, step that right foot back, drop that back knee. Inhale, sweep those arms up, coming into your low lunge, and hold. On your next exhale, we're going to plant those hands on the mat, step that left foot back, taking your chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or baby cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, sweep that right foot up. Exhale, bring it through. Plant that back knee. Inhale, sweep those arms up and hold. On your next exhale, bring those hands down, step that back foot forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep those arms up. Exhale, down to heart center. Again, inhale those arms up. Exhale, fold it all the way down. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant those hands, step that right foot back, drop that knee. Inhale those arms up. Good. We're going to hold here for a few extra breaths. Really sinking into those hips. You want to make sure that you're tucking that tailbone under just slightly, and then sinking down as low as you can. That knee is always above or behind the ankle. It never comes out in front. We want to protect the ankle and the knee. On your next exhale, bring those hands down, step that left foot back, take your chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, sweep that right foot up. Exhale, bring it through, plant it between those hands, drop that back knee. Inhale, sweep those arms up, tuck that tailbone, sink those hips down, and breathe. And on your next exhale, bring those hands down, step that left foot back to the front. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep those arms up. Exhale, down to heart center. Beautiful. We're going to step our left foot back. Warrior one, that back foot's at a 45-degree angle. We're going to sink it down. Again, tuck that tailbone under just slightly, tuck that low belly in. So you're getting a deeper stretch to the front. Hips are squared off towards the front of the mat. Arms are straight up. Again, knee is above or behind that ankle. It's never in front. And remembering to breathe as we hold. Beautiful. We're going to transition into warrior two, bringing that back foot at a 90-degree angle. Heel toe that front foot over just a little bit so it's in line with the arch. And then sinking down, hips are opening to the side this time, gazing out over those right fingertips. Remembering to breathe. On our next exhale, we're going to come forward into our extended side angle. Elbows resting on our knee. Fingertips to toes is going to be one long, straight diagonal line. If you want to take it deeper, if you have a block or books, you can bring your fingertips down. If you have the ability, bring them all the way down to the mat, keeping that chest open the entire time. You don't want to let that cave in. You want to be open and gaze up to the sky if that feels good on your neck. On our next inhale, coming back up into that warrior two, straightening that front leg. We're going to bring both our feet parallel. Hands on those hips as we bring it forward, coming into our wide-legged forward fold. Halfway, bring those fingertips to the mat, and then allow your head to fall down all the way. Again, if you need blocks or books or if anything that's handy, bring the floor up to you if you need it, if you can't get quite so low, but you need to hold on to something. And wherever you're at, just breathe. The wider you take your stance, the deeper this is going to stretch those inner thighs. But again, just going where feels comfortable for your body today. Every day looks different for the same person. So if you were able to get super deep yesterday, but today you're not, just honor that and listen to it. Don't push. That's how we cause injury. Couple more breaths. And then when you're ready, push yourself halfway up. We're going to bring those hands to our hips and then use the abdominals to bring yourself all the way up. From here, we're going to take that left foot, turn it towards the opposite side, coming down into that warrior two. And breathe. Sinking it down as low as you can get, opening those hips up, finding strength through the front of that leg. And on your exhale, coming forward into that extended side angle, arm is directly on, coming up on an angle, and then taking the variation, the version that feels good. So either you're coming down onto a block or books, or all the way down to the mat. Wherever you're at, making sure that there's no pain and your chest has the ability to stay open, not twisting down towards the mat. Breathing here. And it's completely normal to feel tighter on one side than the other. The more you practice yoga, the more that you'll start to feel more balanced. But even then, sometimes, some days you just slept funny or whatever. On your inhale, coming back up into that warrior two, we're going to straighten that front leg. We're going to kind of bring our feet together a little bit. Heel toe that front foot over towards the side of the mat. Back foot comes at that 45-degree angle as we bring those hips center towards the front of our mat, sinking back into that leg, that front leg, arms straight up, warrior one. And breathe. Beautiful. We're going to bring that back foot, step it up to meet our front. We're going to take a flow. Inhale those arms up. Exhale, fold it all the way down. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant those hands, step or hop it back, taking your version of chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, step or hop to the top, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep those arms up. And exhale, down to heart center. Beautiful. We're going to do that one more time, doing a half flow. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold it all the way down. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant those hands. Step or hop it back. Staying in your plank this time, we're going to slowly lower it all the way down onto our bellies. From here, bring those big toes to touch. And as we push ourselves back, kind of bring those knees wide, and we're going to sink it back into a wide-legged child's pose. Allowing those hips to open. Remembering to breathe, keeping that head rested on your mat. Beautiful. Coming back up onto your hands and knees. We're going to walk those fingertips forward a little bit, tuck those toes. We're going to push it back into a down dog. Pedal those feet. Pike those hips up towards the sky. Push your chest towards your legs. And then come to stillness. And from here, we're going to inhale that right foot up to the sky. Exhale, bring it through, plant it on the outside of that right hand. Dropping that back knee and tuck those toes, we're going to come into our lizard pose. If this is all you can do, stay here. If this is too much, again, you can utilize blocks or books or whatever you have handy to bring those hands up so you're up higher and not so deep into this. If you want to come deeper, you can rotate that foot to the outside so you can get deeper into that hip. And then work on coming down onto your elbows. Again, if this is too much, you utilize those blocks or books or whatever you have handy to bring the floor up to you. And wherever you're at, we're just going to breathe. I also want you to try to remember that anytime you come in this pose, to not round your spine out like this. You want to think about looking forward. It doesn't have to be straight forward, just gaze slightly forward past your fingertips so that your spine is as straight as possible. If this doesn't feel good on your knee, you can tuck those toes to just protect your knee a little bit. You know, sometimes I have to do that as well. A couple more breaths. And then if you're on your elbows or anywhere in between, we're going to push ourselves back up onto our hands. And then we're going to walk that foot over to the left side so that your right foot is behind your left fingertips. Drop that knee down. If you need to bring that heel closer to your groin, you can. And then from here, again, same thing. We want to either be up on our fingertips, utilize blocks if you need to. Make sure that that left foot leg is completely back straight behind you. And then when you're ready, you can start coming and working down your way onto the floor. Again, utilizing those blocks. If you need to put them under your elbows so that you're sitting a little higher, you can. If you need to put it under your head as you bring yourself all the way down, you can. You can utilize your arms to rest your head on. Or you can bring your head all the way to the mat. Remembering to breathe. And gently, let's start pushing ourselves back up onto our hands. If you're down at any level, we're going to tuck those back toes and then push ourselves back into our down dog, or getting there however you feel comfortable. Pedaling those feet out, we're just going to take a moment to notice the difference, how each side feels. And then steady those feet. We're going to inhale that left foot up to the sky. Exhale, bring it through to the outside of that left hand, dropping that back knee. And then taking your version of lizard that you took on the first side, or whatever is more comfortable on this side. Remembering that we are not completely symmetrical. Both sides are not always even, especially if we've been sitting all day and we're not used to it, or we do just sit all day. We can have imbalances because we can sit more on one side, or whatever the case is. Remembering to breathe, keeping that spine straight. Yesterday I was traveling all day. I traveled for 2 days straight, and my body really needs this. I really needed the hip opening. So, sitting in a vehicle all day, and I'm the passenger, so I'm sitting awkward, I'm trying to get comfortable, and it just makes it so that your body is just really out of balance. Got a few more breaths here. And then pushing yourself back up onto your hands if you're not already there. And we're going to heel toe that foot over to the right side this time, laying that knee down. And then if you need to pull that foot back towards your hip joint, you can. Otherwise, having it as far forward as you comfortably can. And then working your way down onto the mat to whatever level it feels good on your body today. And remembering to breathe. And then we're going to gently push ourselves back up onto our hands if we're not already there. Tuck those back toes, pushing ourselves to our down dog. Pedaling those feet out, noticing the difference. Beautiful. From here, we are going to inhale that right foot up to the sky. Exhale, bring it through, plant it between our hands. Drop that back knee. Untuck those toes. We're going to come into a low lunge. So you can either stay here, or if it feels good, you can bring your hands onto your knee. Pressing into that, tuck that low belly in and that tailbone under just slightly. Sink into those hips. Perfect. We're going to come back, bring those hips back. You can bring those fingertips either to blocks or books or whatever you have, or all the way down to the mat. You want to make sure when you're folding though, you're folding from the hip. So your spine is going to stay straight until you can't go down anymore. Those toes are pointed back towards your face, leg is straight. And then when you can't go any farther, then you allow yourself to round out. Pull that right hip back so that it's in line with the left. And breathe. And then one more time, we're gonna push it forward, sink those hips down. Fingertips can remain on the mat. We're coming up onto our knees, helping us get into it a bit deeper. Tuck that low belly in and breathe. And one more time, let's push it back into that half split. Toes are back towards our face, folding from the hip first before you allow that spine to round. Pull that right hip back and remember to breathe. Beautiful, just bring it back forward, plant those hands on either side of your foot, push it back into our down dog one more time, pedal those feet out for just a moment. And then from here, we're gonna inhale that left foot up to the sky, exhale, bring it through, plant it between those hands, drop that back knee. Coming into our low lunge, taking whatever variation feels good for you on this side. Remembering to tuck that low belly in, tuck that tailbone under, and then sink it down as deep as you comfortably can. And from here, we'll bring those fingertips back to the mat as we push that left hip back. Remembering to pull it back so it's in line with the right. Toes are facing towards us. We're folding from those hips first, not that low back. And breathe. And then again, we're gonna come forward, coming into that low lunge, remembering to tuck that low belly in, tuck that tailbone under, and then sink it all the way down. Breathing here. We're almost done. Beautiful, one more time. Coming back up, plant those hands. We're gonna tuck those toes and push it back to our down dog. Pedal those feet out. And then you can choose any way you like, or you can join me by stepping or hopping forward, planting those feet and sitting back down onto our mat. We're gonna come to lay on our backs. So just getting comfortable on your mat, coming to lay on your back, hug those knees in. Rock those hips back and forth. Press that low back into the mat. From here, we're gonna take those knees nice and wide and we're gonna come into happy baby pose. So reaching either for the shins, the ankles, or the outsides of the feet, and then pulling those feet down towards the mat. If this is good, you stay here. If you would like to take it deeper, take your 2 fingers, wrap it around your big toe on each side, and then you can work on straightening those legs out while still pulling everything down towards the mat. We're working on opening those hips up as much as we can. Breathing into any discomfort here. Imagining your muscles just releasing and letting go. And then gently releasing those feet, hugging those knees into your chest, rock it back and forth. From here, we're going to extend that left foot out long, hugging that right knee in. And when you're ready, we're going to bring it across the body, coming into our twist, keeping that right shoulder blade planted on the mat. You don't want to allow that to lift, because then you're not really getting into the twist as deep as you can. It looks better versus actually helping you get into it deeper. And then only allowing that knee to come over as far as you can. So if you're here, this is perfect, as long as you're feeling that stretch to the outside of that leg. And remembering to breathe. Anytime you're in a twist, you want to make sure you're taking nice deep belly breaths, helping promote detoxification in your body, helping to relax your body. And gently, let's bring that back to center, hug that knee in, and we'll extend it out nice and long, hugging that left knee in this time. And when you're ready, bringing it across the body, same thing, keeping that left shoulder blade planted on the mat, and then twisting over as deep as you can. Remembering to breathe into that belly, expanding and contracting. And by resting your hand just gently on the top of your leg, you're not pulling it down necessarily, you're just resting it. It just provides a little extra pull with gravity, just to help you get into it just a little bit deeper, help start stretching those muscles just a tiny bit at a time. But you're not overdoing it by pulling those legs down. You don't have to worry about causing injury. Beautiful. Bring it back up to center. Hug that knee in one more time. And then go ahead and release that. Bring your feet as wide as your mat. Making any adjustments with your body, you need to be comfortable. And then you can bring your hands either onto your belly or down by your side, palms up. Wherever you choose to be, take a nice deep breath in. And as you exhale, just relax and close your eyes. And take this moment for yourself. And then just gently start wiggling your fingers and your toes. Maybe we're gonna take a nice deep body stretch, hands out overhead. Feet are nice and long. And then rolling onto your right side. And when you're ready, just gently coming to sit on your mat. Taking your time, there's no rush. I want to thank you for joining me today. Thank you for taking time for you to step on your mat and take care of yourself today. If you like this, I want to make sure that you hit subscribe so that you never miss another video that I post. You can like this video if you enjoyed this, and I will see you in the next video.